Your sister knows a secret about your money. She has already spoken to. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says this is not an ordinary moment. This is not a word written for the many. It is written for you. Archangel Michael says, this is your sister. Don't ignore this. Don't tell anyone. Don't skip this. He has spoken clearly because time is no longer waiting for you. Heaven has seen what was whispered behind closed doors. God has heard the words that were spoken when you were not in the room. Archangel Michael has been ordered to reveal this because the truth has been hidden for too long. Your sister knows a secret about your money and she has already spoken to a lawyer. Watch fast because what you do next will change the outcome of everything. This is not gossip. This is not suspicion. This is exposure. For months, angels have circled your life, waiting for you to be strong enough to hear the truth. You asked God in prayer, why does it feel like something is missing? Why does it feel like I am left out of something that belongs to me? You thought it was just paranoia, but no, child. It was the spirit of truth stirring inside of you. It was heaven's way of preparing you because your spirit already knew what your mind could not see. Your sister has been hiding something tied to your inheritance, your finances, and your destiny. This is not just about money in the earthly sense. It is about the flow of blessing that was supposed to come to you but was interrupted. God says your sister sat in a room. She spoke with someone who writes contracts and makes papers. She went to a lawyer not to protect you but to protect herself. She thinks she is ahead of you. She thinks you will never know. But heaven laughs at hidden plans. What she has done in secret is now being shouted in the spirit realm. And now you must hear it because the angels will not allow this to be hidden any longer. Archangel Michael has drawn his sword and he is circling her name. He is circling the lawyer's name. He is circling the documents that were written because those papers were not made with truth. They were written with greed. You asked God for breakthrough and this is it. But not in the way you imagined. Breakthrough often comes through exposure, through sudden shock, through truths that rattle you. Your sister has been pretending to protect you. She has spoken words of love to your face, but behind your back, she has spoken words of fear, jealousy, and calculation. She wanted to keep control. She wanted to hold what was never hers to keep. She thought she could be smarter than you. She thought she could hide behind legal words, behind signatures, behind hidden contracts. But heaven says, no paper on earth can override my word. No lawyer can silence the truth when I command exposure. God says, my child, this is why you have felt blocked. This is why the money hasn't flowed the way it should. This is why every time you get close to a breakthrough, something suddenly slips away. It was not just random delay. It was because there was an agreement made without your knowledge and it shifted things in the spirit. But the Lord says, now I am shifting it back. Now I am reversing it. Now I am placing the truth in your hands. This is why Archangel Michael's voice has been urgent. He says, don't ignore this. Don't tell anyone yet. Don't skip this moment. Because if you brush this aside, if you laugh it off, if you say, no, it can't be my sister, then you will close your eyes to the very rescue God is giving you. The angel says, watch fast. Be alert. Listen to your dreams. Pay attention to strange conversations. Do not ignore when small hints come to the surface. Heaven is bringing evidence piece by piece until it is undeniable. You have always trusted too much. You always gave her the benefit of the doubt. And God does not blame you because your heart is pure. But now He says, I am not asking you to hate her. I am asking you to see her. For too long you chose blindness over conflict. For too long you allowed peace to mean silence. But now silence will cost you. So I am shaking the silence away. I am pulling the curtain back. I am showing you her hand, her signature, her conversation with that lawyer. And when you see it, you will not doubt. God says this is not only about her. It is about the spirit that used her. A spirit of jealousy, a spirit of greed, a spirit that could not stand to see you blessed. That spirit saw the light on your name. That spirit saw the favor on your life and it said, if I can't stop the blessing from heaven, I will try to reroute it on earth. And that is what happened. But that spirit made a mistake. It touched what was anointed. It touched what God marked as yours. And when something touches God's chosen, there is always consequence. The consequence is not up to you. Do not seek revenge. Do not let anger consume you. Instead, open your eyes because God is going to do the exposing. He will make her words slip. He will cause her own documents to be revealed. He will bring someone close to her who will tell you the truth even by accident. Heaven says you won't have to chase the information. It will find you. But when it comes, don't deny it. Don't run from it. Watch fast because it is coming soon. Archangel Michael says, this is not a warning to shame you. This is a rescue mission. I am stepping in because time has run out. If you don't know now, the lawyer will move forward. If you don't act now, the papers will be signed. If you don't believe now, you will miss your portion. That is why I came with urgency. That is why I said don't skip this. And God says, I will restore. What she tried to take will not stay in her hand. What she tried to hide will not stay buried. I will return to you what was stolen. I will give you double for the delay. But I needed you to know the truth because this is not only about money. It is about awakening your discernment. No one will ever be able to trick you again. This is the last time you will be blindsided. This is the last time you will be left in the dark. I am sharpening you now. I am giving you eyes that see, ears that hear, a spirit that discerns. From this day forward, you will recognize wolves, even if they wear family's face. This may break your heart, but it will save your life. It may feel like betrayal, but it is actually protection. You were never meant to lose. You were never meant to live without. The lawyer may have heard her words, but heaven has already overruled them. The contract may have been written, but heaven has already stamped it void. The money may look like it has gone another way, but heaven has already commanded it back to your hands. God says, do not panic. Do not fear. Do not sink into sadness. Instead, rejoice because exposure is mercy. Because truth is protection. Because revelation is restoration. Your sister thought she was clever. But God says, I let her speak. I let her move. I let her believe she was winning. Because now when I overturn it, she will. No, it was not you who fought her. It was me, and everyone will know the Lord fought for you. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. Archangel Michael is standing guard right now. He is cutting contracts in the spirit. He is destroying agreements that were signed against you. He is severing the lies from the truth. And he is whispering into your ear, pay attention. Don't ignore this. Don't skip this. Watch fast. And as you read this, you feel the weight of heaven pressing in. That's not fear. That's confirmation. Your spirit already knew something was wrong. God is simply giving you the name, the face, the action, your sister. The lawyer, the money. You can't deny it anymore. Now it is time to act with wisdom. Stay silent. Don't tell her what you know yet. Wait for the evidence to surface. It is coming. And when it comes, you will be ready. God says, I am exposing this woman because her season of deception has ended. I am exposing this because you prayed for justice. I am exposing this because your destiny cannot be delayed any longer. This is not punishment. This is liberation. You have only minutes left in this cycle before the truth arrives fully. Be ready. Keep your eyes open. Watch fast. Heaven has spoken. Your sister has been exposed. The lawyer has heard her words, but the final word belongs to God. God says, my child, this message is not ordinary and cannot wait, for the time has already begun to shift, and heaven, has ordered that you hear what was hidden. You are reading this not by accident, not by chance, but because your name has been written upon the scroll of divine revelation. And today the veil over a family secret is being lifted. Archangel Michael has descended with urgency, his sword of truth drawn, his voice echoing like thunder, commanding you not to ignore this, not to skip even a single word, not to share it prematurely, for what is about to be revealed concerns your bloodline, your inheritance, and your destiny. He says with tears in his eyes, this is about your sister. She has already spoken to a lawyer. She knows a secret about your money. And if you don't listen now, you will walk into a trap she has carefully set for you. You wonder why such a message would come at this hour. You wonder why your sister's name is being whispered by the angels. Why the truth about money is wrapped in secrecy and danger. But God says, child, you must know that money in your life is not merely paper or coins. It represents legacy. It represents the blessings stored up for you through generations. Blessings that were always meant to flow into your hands. Yet, even within families, jealousy brews, silence hides conspiracies, and the enemy plants seeds of betrayal where there should have been love. That is why you are reading this, because Archangel Michael has
let you remain in the dark any longer. Michael says, do not ignore this. Your sister knows more than you think. She has spoken about assets, documents, and hidden money that rightfully belongs to you. She is aware of something you have not been told. She has already moved quietly to protect herself. And if you continue in silence, she will sign something in secret that will remove you from what is yours. Child, these words are not written to frighten you, but to open your eyes. For too long, you trusted blindly. For too long, you believed blood meant loyalty. But God is showing you that even those closest can sometimes be instruments of testing. This is why the angels cry out, watch fast. Because time is short and decisions are being made in courtrooms and offices you have not stepped into. Do you remember moments when your sister became silent when money was spoken about? When she changed the subject, when she said, don't worry, everything is taken care of. Do you remember the unusual way the lawyer she already visited? Michael says you must act within days, not months. You must be alert in hours, not weeks. This is urgent. Watch fast. He says, heaven has been trying to get your attention, sending dreams, sending strange feelings, sending subtle signs. But now the trumpet has been blown, and this message is the clearest signal of all. Do not dismiss it. Do not scroll away. Do not bury it under distraction. Stay and receive it. God says, child, you may ask, why would my own sister do this? And the answer is because of fear, because of greed, because of the influence of voices whispering to her that she must protect herself. She believes she is securing her portion. But what she is doing is stepping into deception. Yet God still loves her. And He wants you to walk in truth, not bitterness. This is why you are being told so that you can protect what is yours without falling into anger. But make no mistake, she has already spoken to the lawyer. She has already shared secrets. She has already made moves in silence. This is not a warning about tomorrow. It is about what has already begun. And now heaven is saying, watch fast. God says you are not reading this by mistake, and it is not meant for everyone. It is meant for you because the time of hiding is over and finally truth is being uncovered. Archangel Michael has stepped forward in great urgency and said, "This is your sister. Don't ignore this. Don't tell anyone. Don't skip this. Your sister knows a secret about your money, and she has already spoken to a lawyer. Watch fast. The urgency of heaven is upon you. The trumpet of exposure has blown. For years, you thought you were only fighting unseen battles. You thought the delays in your life were coincidences. But God says, I am lifting the curtain. I am exposing the one closest to you. The one who carried love in her words but carried betrayal in her hands. Your sister has known something about your inheritance, your blessing, your portion. She has guarded this secret, and she has already taken steps in silence, moving through legal ways, speaking to a lawyer, arranging things so you would be left blind. You were not supposed to know, but heaven would not allow you to remain ignorant. That's why Michael is pressing this message with such fire. He has been circling your life for days, waiting for you to see, waiting for you to open your eyes, because there is a contract written. There are papers prepared. There is manipulation around your name, and your sister is at the center. She carries a secret about your money, and that secret has been eating her. God says, do not panic, because the truth is not revealed to shame you but to free you. You prayed, Lord, show me who is real. Show me who I can trust. And heaven answers. Now you asked why doors seemed to close, why your hands felt tied when you knew blessings were due, why your finances never matched your prayers. It is because someone close, someone with your blood, someone who shares your family name was weaving a hidden web. Your sister stood in the shadows while pretending to stand in your light. She smiled in your face but spoke in private rooms. She carried false stories into the ears of lawyers, advisors, and people who held influence. And God says, I saw it all. Every word, every plan, every lie, nothing is hidden from me. Michael says urgently, this is your sister. Don't ignore this. He does not speak lightly. He does not cry out unless the matter is urgent. You feel the trembling inside because your spirit already knew something was wrong. You felt uneasy around her, but you silenced yourself. You excused her behavior. You told yourself it was just family conflict. But the angels are shouting now, no, this is not small. This is about destiny. This is about your inheritance. This is about the wealth tied to your calling. And she has touched what belongs to you. She has moved in ways that were meant to cut you out. Meant to rewrite your portion, meant to take from you what heaven had already signed over. But can man rewrite what God has sealed? No. God says, I am intervening now. I am exposing her not to destroy her but to protect you. I am showing you what she is doing so that you are not deceived any longer. For too long you have trusted words more than signs. But I am sending you signs. Look around you in the coming days. Conversations will reveal more. Something will slip. A document will surface. And you will know beyond all doubt. This is not paranoia. This is prophecy. This is not imagination. This is revelation. Your sister knows a secret about your money. What is hidden is larger than you expect. It is connected to past family assets. Connected to something written long ago, something involving your name. She has spoken to a lawyer to position herself, to gain ground, to block your access. But God says, what is hidden is being dragged into light. Her voice will not overpower mine. Her lies will not outlive my truth. She may have papers, but I have the scrolls of heaven. She may have legal counsel, but you have divine counsel. She may plan, but I overturn the plans of man. Do not underestimate the timing of this. Archangel Michael says, watch fast because events are already unfolding. What was signed in secret is about to come public. What was whispered is about to echo loudly. And when it does, you must be ready. Ready to stand, ready to speak, ready to act. This is why God pressed this message to you now. Because if you ignored it, you would be blindsided. If you dismissed it, you would walk into a trap. But because you are listening, the angels can move. My child, hear this urgent word that comes not from men, not from the voice of this world, but from the whisper of heaven itself. God says to you right now, do not ignore this. Do not delay. Do not allow your doubts to push this message away, for it carries the weight of your destiny. Archangel Michael speaks, and he does not speak without reason. He does not open his voice unless there is fire burning in truth, and he says to you, this is about your sister. Do not ignore this. Do not tell anyone yet. And above all, do not skip this moment. For what is being revealed is not a small matter. It is a divine revelation about something she knows, something she has already spoken of to another. And the words she carried have been taken into the ears of a lawyer. You may not fully see it yet, but in the spiritual realm, nothing is hidden. God sees the secrets that are buried under silence. He sees the whispers that were never meant for you to hear. And He sees the movements of hands that sign papers in the darkness. Your sister carries within her heart something that belongs to you. Knowledge of your money, knowledge of something that heaven entrusted to you. And she has spoken. She has already opened her mouth and confided this to someone who does not live under your roof, to someone who works with documents, with law, with signatures. And God says, watch quickly because time is not standing still. This matter is unfolding even as you breathe, but do not fear. God says, rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. The one who formed you, the one who wrote your name in his book before you were born, has already seen this storm rising, and he has already placed a shield around you. Though your sister may think she holds power because of what she said, she does not know that the power of heaven outweighs the plans of lawyers and the schemes of man. She may believe her secret is hidden, but it is being exposed. For God has chosen this very moment to pull away the veil and let you see the truth. Michael, the warrior of heaven, the one who cast down the dragon from the skies, comes now with this urgent announcement because your spirit must not slumber in this hour. He says, this is not a game. This is not something to laugh about and leave aside. This is not for everyone's ears. This is for you alone. A personal message wrapped in fire, sealed with urgency. Your sister has already made a move and it involves what belongs to you. She has gone further than you imagine. Her words are already bound into something legal, something that could affect your blessing, your inheritance, your prosperity. And yet God says you are safe. Nothing shall go wrong with you. Why? Because you have been chosen. Because the blessing rests upon you. Because the hand of heaven has written your name on what is yours. And no man, no lawyer, no family member can remove it. What belongs to you will remain with you. What was spoken behind your back will return to light. The secret your sister carries will not remain a secret for long. Child, listen closely. Sometimes the enemy uses the very people closest to you to work his distractions, to set snares, and to plant seeds of betrayal. But God is greater. He sends angels not only to fight battles in the air, but to whisper truths into your
realm, and it cannot be ignored any longer. You have been chosen. You have been marked, and something colossal has been set into motion on earth that involves your name, your destiny, and a check, a high-amount check that just shocked a major executive at a private bank. Heaven has seen everything, every whisper, every secret, every hand that signed it. You are not just being watched by angels. Child, you are now being watched by people in powerful positions. Someone did something in silence and now it is coming out in full exposure. Archangel Michael says this is not an ordinary message. This is not a casual prophecy. This is the moment when we bring everything to light. The executive who accessed your account was not doing it out of curiosity. They were given an internal alert, a system warning, a red flag that appeared at exactly 3:02 a.m. because a check far beyond your daily transaction history was deposited into your name without you knowing. And it didn't come from someone you'd expect. No, it came from someone God has been hiding in your storyline for years. Michael is weeping not because you're in danger, but because of how long you were left in confusion. He is furious at the forces that tried to blind you. He is emotional because God just ordered a reversal of everything that was stolen from you. Yes, you read that right. The amount deposited is only the beginning. It is not the full sum. Heaven says this check is just the signal that more is coming. It is the divine receipt of a war already won. God says the person who issued this check carries a divine burden. They fought the darkness. They fought their own family. They fought public shame. And they still signed your name. My child, you were being protected from seeing it too early. You were being hidden from systems that would have deleted the transaction, but it couldn't be stopped. God made sure the bank server glitched for 7 seconds, allowing heaven's signature to be encoded into your financial trail. 7 seconds. That's all heaven needed. Michael wants you to know that the bank executive is not your enemy. He is your signal. He has no idea that you are part of a divine movement. But his curiosity is serving heaven's will. He was assigned to investigate. And as he reviews your history, he will see patterns, times when you prayed. And the system shows strange delays, approvals, and reversals that don't make sense in the natural. But in the supernatural, it was all divine timing, heaven's code. A team in the bank is now reviewing your profile. A special meeting has been called. There's an encrypted file they cannot open unless you give permission. That file, it was uploaded by someone who has access to old divine trust accounts. Yes, they exist. No, the world doesn't talk about them because heaven hides what is sacred until the appointed hour. And now the hour has come. God says, this person deposited the check because they owe you more than money. They owe you justice. They owe you closure. They owe you restoration. But they didn't write a note. They couldn't risk it. They only left one clue, your birth date. That's the memo line on the check. Nothing else. Just your date of birth because that's what verifies the divine legality of the transfer. It's not just a check. It's a spiritual redemption. Michael says, you will see sudden activity in your financial records in the next 72 hours. You must not panic. You must not tell anyone. God is working through the silence. There is someone watching you who doesn't want you to receive this. That's why this message was hidden behind layers of divine protection. That's why you're reading it now in this precise moment, because the timing couldn't be earlier or later. Only now. God continues, do you remember the times you thought you were forgotten? When you were down to nothing? Those nights you cried in secret, I was there. And I was counting every moment, every tear, every time you gave when you had nothing left. And now the return is not just emotional. It is financial. It is real. It is tangible. You will see it with your own eyes. But there's more. The bank executive who flagged your account has a cousin. This cousin works in legal affairs. She was contacted this morning by an anonymous source asking for clarification on your rights to an old estate. That estate, it's connected to a person who passed away recently but left behind a sealed instruction to trace you. Only you. No one else. You. God says this is not inheritance by chance. This is inheritance by divine right. Michael says a powerful woman tried to intercept this blessing. She thought she could claim it. She forged your initials on another document last year, hoping to reroute the money, but her name has been erased by the angels. Her documents are now void. There is an unseen courtroom in the spirit where your victory has already been declared. But now it is unfolding on earth through banks, through people, through divine coordination. You must be ready because the next step comes fast. The check that was deposited is only 1/10 of the total release. The rest is stored in stages. Yes, stages. Because heaven knows you're stepping into something too big to receive all at once. The system would collapse. Your nerves would collapse. But God says, I will give it to you in layers so you can grow, adapt, and protect it. But listen, there are people who are going to act very strange around you soon. They will suddenly call, suddenly appear, suddenly want to help. But God says, test the spirits. Not every hand reaching for you is clean. Some are reaching for the miracle, not for your soul. Let me expose them first. Michael says, there are 3 people in your circle who will pretend to be shocked when they hear your good news, but their spirit will resist it. Be still. You don't have to confront them, God will show you through their eyes, their tone, their timing. Just watch. Now, let's return to the deposit. The person who issued the check was once told to stay away from you. Their own family cursed your name, but they didn't listen. For 3 years, they've been secretly preparing this. One check, one move. And now it's been done. They didn't want credit. They wanted peace. They believe you are the key to their redemption. And even though they are far away, they will be shown in a dream holding a golden envelope with your name glowing on it. That's how you'll know who they are. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. Michael wants to show you a number 818. That number will appear on a message, a call, or a reference code. When you see 818, it means heaven has released the vault. This message is long because the weight of the miracle is long overdue. You didn't just survive, you outlasted a system designed to eliminate your lineage. And now you are the one they couldn't stop. The one heaven marked for generational wealth. And God says this check is your trumpet. It will announce what I am about to do. God says there is a date stamped in the heavenly ledger with your initials beside it. That date is approaching rapidly. It is the release date of the full divine trust. The reason why this check surfaced now is because the seal was broken in heaven at the exact moment you declared you were tired. Do you remember that moment, when you whispered, "God, I can't anymore"? That moment triggered the intervention. Michael heard it. The angels heard it. And something shifted in the divine timeline. What was meant to come in 2 years was rushed forward, accelerated. Heaven ordered the delay to be reversed. And now you are standing on the threshold of one of the greatest divine financial shifts ever recorded over your bloodline. Michael is commanding a battalion of warrior angels to surround your digital footprints, every device you use, every login you attempt, every email you check. Divine encryption is being placed on your identity. Because the person who deposited that check is under surveillance by someone dark. That's why it took this long. But they didn't give up. They took the risk for you because they believe that if you rise, generations will heal. You are not just receiving money. You are receiving a mandate. Heaven is trusting you with resources that carry divine purpose. That's why you felt the shaking. That's why you felt the attacks before this message came. The darkness knew what was on the way, but you still stood. And now the reward cannot be delayed. The check deposited into your name triggered 3 reactions in the spirit realm. The chains over your financial access were shattered. The lie spoken about your worth was broken. The proof of your divine inheritance was uploaded into Earth's systems. Yes, even the Earth is responding. Even the people who doubted you will begin to sense it. They will not understand why they feel nervous around you. It's not fear of you. It's the fear of conviction because what God is doing in your life will expose their complacency. Someone in your family has known about this inheritance. They've been quiet. But their silence was not loyalty. It was strategy. They thought that if they remained neutral, they would still benefit. But heaven says they will only be allowed to observe, not partake. Michael is revealing a key location in your dreams, a door, a hallway, a flickering light. Watch carefully. This is where you will find clarity. Every symbol you see is part of a code. Write them down. Document everything because your memory will be the vessel that carries future instructions. You are about to be contacted by someone who will sound distant, professional, and extremely formal. But don't be deceived by their tone. Their voice is a key. The questions they ask will confirm what I've told you. Don't reveal everything. Only speak when prompted. Let me fill your mouth. The deposit was not accidental. It was intentional, and it was traced back to a location that no one could predict. The routing number, it doesn't match any known domestic bank because it came through a system tied to international trust foundations, ones that protect sacred family wealth. These are not ordinary banks. These are divine holding chambers, and you've just been entered into the access list. There is a woman who knows. She has been quiet for a long time, but she received a dream. She saw you surrounded by gold light. And now she's nervous because she once mocked your prayers. But God is convicting her spirit. She may apologize soon, but don't let guilt manipulate your grace. Forgive, but protect. Michael says, there are two people who are about to vanish from your circle. Don't chase them. Their disappearance is divine. God removed them to prevent them from stealing your joy. When the full miracle is revealed, you may begin to feel moments of silence in your spirit. Not emptiness, but pause. This is the Holy Spirit downloading clarity. Don't rush. Don't panic. Let it come slowly. The check was a sign. The rest is being delivered in waves. And when it does arrive, when that second larger deposit hits your account, you will remember this moment. You will remember that God told you first. The bank executive still doesn't know your full story. But soon he will have no choice but to contact the mysterious sender. That sender will say only one thing: it's time. And then they will vanish because their assignment will be complete. They were sent by heaven as a courier, not a friend. Their job was obedience. And they obeyed. God says, my child, the pain you went through wasn't punishment. It was proof. Proof that you could be trusted. Proof that you would not sell your soul when life got dark. Proof that you would still say my name even when no one helped. And now proof that you are ready. There's an angel assigned to your financial trail. Every missed opportunity, every failed investment, every closed door, they are all being reviewed. Because restoration isn't just about receiving money. It's about returning what was stolen. That includes a project that was stolen and renamed. A testimony that was buried in shame, a divine connection that was severed out of jealousy. All of it is coming back. And the check was the trumpet blast. The announcement. The shofar that heaven blew in the realm of man to declare it has begun. Michael wants to leave one final confirmation tonight. You will see a document in a strange color. It will not look official, but it is. Sign it only after midnight when the spiritual veil is clear. Not before. If you believe in God, type Amen. Archangel Michael says it's an emergency. Do not ignore this. This is not a casual moment. This is not a coincidence. I order you to open this now. This is a direct command not from man but from heaven. God is watching this very second. The atmosphere is trembling because a holy signal has been released. A gate has opened in the spirit realm and your name is echoing through it. You must listen because something is happening that you didn't ask for and yet it is tied directly to your destiny. Someone, a bank executive, has started looking into your bank account. Their eyes were not supposed to notice you, but something just happened that triggered their attention. A large check was deposited and the person who deposited it did something strange. They didn't sign it like normal, they whispered your name under their breath. As if you were meant to receive it, as if the money came not from them but through them. This was not an error. This was not random. This was orchestrated by divine hands. Archangel Michael has descended not to alarm you but to protect you. Because the moment that check entered the banking system, it activated an alert in both heaven and earth. What is happening now is part of a divine setup. The one who sent this check is not who you think. This is a person who carries secrets, secrets that connect back to your past. Someone who owed you something. Someone who took what was yours and tried to rewrite history. But God said enough. No more delays. No more stolen blessings. No more hidden inheritances. What was taken must return and it will return multiplied. You are not reading this by accident. You may feel nervous. You may wonder if this is real. But Michael says, trust what you feel in your spirit. Not what your mind says because your soul recognizes this message. Your higher self is already leaning forward. Heaven is surrounding you right now. Your angels are standing close. Your name is being sung in the realm of glory. The check that appeared in your account has weight. Not just monetary value, but spiritual purpose. It carries evidence of a divine promise. And now it is being investigated. Not because it's wrong, but because it is different. The system does not understand what heaven is doing in your life. But they are about to witness it. God says you are safe. Let the system investigate. Let the banker question because in the end all roads will lead back to you and you will be vindicated. You will be elevated. You will be proven right not by words but by what heaven manifests in your reality. This is not a warning to fear. This is a warning to prepare because the transfer of wealth that is coming into your hands was promised generations ago. You are the fulfillment of a prophecy someone tried to erase. They thought if they blocked your opportunities, you'd give up. They thought if they kept you busy with survival, you wouldn't notice the blessings trying to reach you. But God has turned their trap into your triumph. The check was deposited because the time has come. The alarm in heaven has sounded. Your season of waiting has ended. Michael says when this check showed up, it activated a deeper layer of divine surveillance. Now every lie spoken against you is being exposed. Every voice that tried to stop your elevation is being silenced. The person who deposited the check was not just sending money. They were returning honor. They were obeying a divine instruction, one they didn't even fully understand. They thought they were fixing a transaction, but they were fulfilling a prophecy. That's why your account is under watch. That's why you must not be afraid. Let them look. Let them search. Because when they dig, they will find favor. When they question, they will be stunned by the truth. This wasn't a gift. It was restoration. Heaven has ruled in your favor, God is with you. Nothing will go wrong.